Ozzy again. This is our second day, and we're now going to do some Accept the Human, but this is going to be a variation of what we did yesterday in the Accept the Human. Yesterday, I was doing it all from the ground, and here I'm going to show you how you can do this from the fence. And if you can do it from the fence, you can do it from a mounting block, whatever else you can stand on to get you up there. So you're going to start off, I've got the stick and string here, and you should be able to get to where you can throw your stick and string up and over them. We covered that in the 3 communication games, where that's not a big deal for your horse. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask my horse to step off to the side here. Like if I was on the ground, could I send him off on a circle? And I'm just going to send him to the rail. Then I'm going to change directions and ask him to go back the other way. Send him out there. And that's pretty nice. So that's what I'm looking for, is for him to walk out there and then go flat on the rail. And once he goes flat on the rail, then can I ask him just to step straight ahead? Now, a lot of horses, he's doing really well here, but a lot of horses, they'll kind of come up because they see you up above them, and then their hind end will scoot over here. Well, you just keep playing with this. Just keep sending them out there till they get flat on the rail, then walk them up to you like I'm doing here. So he's in line with the rail, so I'm just going to ask him to step up. So he steps up, he swings out a little bit, but he's staying with me. He's interested in me, so I like that. So I give him that. Because remember, the reward, or what teaches your horse, is in the release. So I'm going to just send him out to the rail. And I can actually ask his hind to move over a little bit here. See, and if your horse really isn't understanding, you can go back to the ground, back to the 3 communication games, and get some understanding with your horse there. And I'll send him back out this way. So I'd like his nose to end up on the rail, good 6 feet away from me there. That's pretty nice. See how that way it gives them opportunity to go up, kind of wrap around, get flat on the rail, and then I'm going to ask him to step forward. So I put a feel on the lead rope. There we go. And he came forward, gave me a step or 2, so I'm letting him have that. And then I'm going to ask another step or 2. So he steps up, but then he swings away. So we just set it up again. Put back to the rail. I'm going to ask him forward and over. There we go. So his front end moved closer to me, so I let him have that for a moment. And I just keep setting him up in position here. So my life comes up when I want him to go forward. As soon as he started going, I softened with it. Well, he didn't take the invitation of quitting. He had to walk beyond. So no big deal. We'll just set it up again. So I want him to disengage, move that hind end over. And you'll find that they tend to want to do it one direction more than the other. See, it's better, it's easier for him to come flat on the rail over here. This isn't too bad here. So I pick up a feel on the lead rope, and then I actually used my little rhythm with my stick here to say step forward with it. So now I'm going to send him out over there because he's just away from me with his hind end here. So I'm going to send him all the way out. Get him to move up to the rail. There we go. And then I ask him to step forward. That was nice. So he came right on forward when I asked. So now I'm going to ask again, see how I've got the stick kind of laying over him. And I'm just using that as a little bit of a deterrent of him wanting to swing out there. It doesn't always work, but it helps. So I'm asking him forward. I put a little vibration with my stick and string. There. As soon as he steps, I give him that. And then I ask again. And what's neat about doing it this way is this actually teaches them so you can mount from the fence at any time. Or when you're out on a trail, you can find a stump or something to stand on and get your horse to come up to you. So I'm asking him to step forward. The moment he thinks about it, gives me a response, I quit. There we go. Good. So he stepped up, he's in position, he's just one step too far away from me. So I'm going to let him have that for a moment, and then I'm going to see if I can get him to actually step back to me. So what I'm going to do is put a little feel on the lead rope, and then I'm going to tap on the opposite side of his back. Now let's see if he figures this out. So the moment he steps towards me, I give it to him. He stepped towards me with the front and away with his back. So I'm going to set it up again. And just tap, tap. There he stepped towards me. So I give it to him. And see, he's asking questions here, trying to figure out. He steps towards, and I quit. Because he knows nothing about what it is he should do. There's the hind end actually step one step. And then set it up again. And he's stepping toward me more than moving the hind, but at least he's thinking, oh, this is the direction, this is the answer. And then I just keep asking because he's going to run into the fence, so he can't go forward anymore with his front. So can he do something with his hind? And there he leaned, so I let him have that. And then I ask again. I want him to unlock that hind. Yeah. And then I let him have that. Because that was a nice change. And I go back to asking, so I'm just using the rhythmic pressure for one of the 3 communication games. And he's going away from me. I tap. When he comes back to me, I give it to him. Yeah. And what I want him to do is to be right in line with the fence, ideally, where his wither is right in front of me. So then I can just get to where I can start rubbing him and touching him with my body, because this is the accepting the human. My eventual goal is for him to come right up beside the fence, close enough. That's pretty good there. Now let's see if we can get one step forward. Not too bad there. I'm going to ask for one more step forward. There was a thought. He didn't really move his feet, but it was a good thought. so I let him have it. Oh, so he stepped forward and away, and then I just ask him back again by tapping, bringing my stick forward on his back, tapping. Every time he tries, moves towards me, I give it to him. And then if he ignores, like there he started ignoring, so I got a little firmer with the tap, because I don't want him ignoring me, I want him trying something. I was asking him forward there. Ask him forward one more step. Not bad. So, he's in pretty good shape there. So what I'm going to do is now start rubbing him. You know, I've been rubbing him kind of with the stick and stuff, so he's used to that. And now I'm going to step down one step. Sometimes it even works to go across the fence. So you put one leg on the outside fence, and then you're standing like so. And then you can come up with your leg and get to where you can kind of rub them with your leg. You're touching them all over. You're up above them. Don't swing your leg over him with your leg on the outside of the fence. That's not a good place to be. So you can stand on the outside, get to where you can touch and rub when he's in pretty good shape. Then you bring your leg over, and now you can reach over and start rubbing him. And see how I can start going up and down on him. My foot and my hand are still on the fence, so if he were to move, all I have to do is go right back to the fence. So you keep it real safe. There he stepped off, so I just come right back to the fence. If your horse were to do more, that's all you would do, is step back to the fence. You're in a safe place, and then you can set it up and do it again. So I've got my hand. He's like, well, I'll just step back. So I'll ask him back forward again. There. That was pretty nice. Set my stick down. Got my hand and my foot on the rail. Reach over and rub on him. He's actually just a little bit far away, so I'm going to get him a little bit closer. Because if he's too far away, then I have to really stretch. And see how he's really starting to figure this out. Now one step forward. My intent has a huge part in telling him where I want him. So right now I'm saying forward and then halt. Now I'm wanting him one step closer to me. So he goes to me, but then he goes back. So now I ask him forward. Right there, excellent. Put my stick down, grab a hold of the rail. My foot's on the rail, get to where I can rub them, and it might be you just start with your knee. Eventually you can get farther and farther over, and then you can set down on them. But at any moment I could go back to the fence if I needed to. And if everything seems okay, then I can leave the fence and I would be on him. Now, he actually stepped back, but you could have, if you felt like your horse was leaving you, to escape, then you just go back to the fence. And then, once you get on, you can move around. He's actually still here, so I could step back off, right back to the fence. So that's a variation of accepting the human from the rail here. Gazi here is making this seem really easy. He picks up things really quickly. If this takes you an hour, for 3, 4 to 5 days doing this, it's not a big deal. Just take your time with it. Don't make it a big deal. Just set them up. If they only get one part of it, that might be fine for the day, and then move on. Some horses get more bothered with you being above them than others. So again, thank you for your time. See you next time.